Hi YouTube. I've been seeing a few of these come through recently. The response to Miramon or Alex Day's annual survey for 2011. So I thought I'd throw mine up. It's been ages since I've been able to record and post to YouTube. My plans are still there. I just haven't really had a chance to get involved as much as I'd like to. But I keep on watching a lot of the community. And one of the communities I love is actually what Alex and the team around him end up creating. It's interesting to watch how they all interact and how we as a community all interact as well. So without further ado, here are my responses to the 6 questions Alex posed for 2011. Number 1 is, tell us about your first kiss. I was thinking about this in response to that question. I have to admit I've actually remembered possibly what is my first kiss, and that was probably when I was younger. It was a girl from my Sunday school. I'm pretty sure our mothers were cleaning the church, and I'm sure we snuck away and had a wee innocent kiss somewhere around the church while they were vacuuming or doing whatever they were doing. So yeah, that was my first kiss. It's a wee bit earlier than I actually remembered, because I've been telling people that it was high school where I had my first kiss, but actually no, I was about 6 or 7. So number 2, what's the most expensive casual item of clothing you own or have ever bought? Well, the most expensive item of clothing I've ever bought is my suit that I wore for my wedding. But the next most expensive piece of clothing is probably actually sort of a casual pick-around jacket that I own. So one for all weathers. So yeah, that's probably the most expensive item of casual clothing that I own. Number 3, what was the first job you ever wanted as a kid? Well, that one for me is probably a little hard to actually remember an answer. Although I do have quite a good memory. I have lots of the memories of playing games, being doctors and whatever else you are fun and as a kid. But I think possibly when I was 11 I was wanting to be a chef, mainly because I was discovering what cooking was like and how cool it was, and it was great. I still enjoy cooking, but I don't think I'd want to do that as a living. My next kind of job that I wanted was probably to be an architect. And of course to be an architect required doing well in graphics and things. I actually didn't like graphics at school, so I sort of flagged that one. I think I'd do it alright if I played around with the computer graphics and things like that we have now, but pencils and erasers and all those bits and pieces just did not appeal to me when I was in year 9 and 10, even though I slogged through it. So yeah, number 5, tell us about your group of school friends. So yeah, I went to quite a number of primary schools, so by the time I was 13 I'd been to about 6 schools. One of the schools that I went to sort of about halfway through was where I met a friend, Jeremy. He's probably one of the friends that I've sort of known for the longest and have kept in contact with. So we were friends around about sort of 6, 7, 8 through to about 11. And then I moved away, and so we sort of kept in contact as pen friends, and then sort of it was when he came down to university that we sort of reconnected, and we still keep in touch, even though we don't see each other as much as if we were sort of hanging out in the same part of town, because I live out in my hometown again, and he still lives in Christchurch where we went to uni. So yeah, number 5, what would you name your kids? Well, of course I'm married. I've just been married in November last year, so my wife Sammy and I are still sort of talking about what would actually name our children. So it would be unfair for me to sort of say what I want, but we're talking about it, we've got some ideas, and I think we'll probably try and keep those sort of secret until we announce them and stuff. So we don't want to sort of play favourites with names and stuff. And yeah, finally, what for number 6, who rather would you want to answer the survey next? I'm actually going to go with Rowan, who's off at Iona at the moment. I know he's doing his October vlog every day thing, so maybe this could be a really good one for him to respond to, and it could be really interesting. Although I have to admit some of these questions are a bit weird, but it's, I suppose, really cool as a wider community to have a bit of a record on some of those thoughts that come up for us all, because it's all really different and kind of cool.